Yeah. We're live. Morning. Greetings in the name of the Most High. Um, Today we wanted to do a video on viruses and how they invade the body and how you can kill these viruses, because the medical system is saying that you can't kill them. You can't kill viruses. And because they were not taught in medical school how to kill viruses and how to prevent viruses from getting into your system. You can never hear a doctor come in, not all of them, but lots of them, come in any program and tell you how to prevent a virus from entering your body, or how the body works when a viral infection comes in. They don't tell you that. See? So you are ignorant of the fact, not knowing how to deal with a virus when the virus enters your system. So we're going to teach you today how to deal with them viruses when they come in. Because once your immune system is working properly, ain't no virus, ain't no bacteria, ain't no cancer cells, ain't no fungi and parasites could overtake your system. Because that is the reason why God created the body. I don't know if some people don't believe there is a creator, but there is a creator. Just like how there is a creator of a vehicle and a plane, there is a creator of the earth and the heavens. And the creator, if you believe in a creator, the creator created man to live forever. And that's the reason why when you get sick, your body heals itself. Or when you get cut, you heal. That's common sense telling you that you were made to live forever. Because your body heals itself when you get cut. Wonderful. So there is a body and there is a spirit. And the body have access, or was given access by the Most High, to live forever and to repair whatever is damaged internally. If the body is working at peak, it's just a common sense thing. And certain foods that we eat on a regular basis, they don't keep the immune system strong. They don't keep your immune system at peak. So when a viral infection comes in, it lasts about a month in your system because your immune system is weak. You understand? But you could get a virus. Like I had a virus. How long it lasted on me? For 2 days. Because my immune system was escalated. And in 2 days, I destroyed that virus. So we're going to show you now how you can destroy the virus even though you get sick. Because it won't get you sick. But you can destroy it. We're going to teach you how to do that today, okay? All right. We are embarking on an agenda for the Caribbean countries, especially for Grenada. We are doing a retreat in April. We're going to put up a video on the place that you're going to be coming to if you want to come to the retreat. Beach, seminars, good foods, no flesh. You understand? How to cook, how to use the food. We're going to have doctors here. We're going to have herbalists here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have nurses here from Denmark. And we're going to have Dr. Sebastian Peter. We're going to have Dr. De Freitas. He's going to be here. He's here right now. And we're going to have Dr. Murray. They're all going to be coming back. So we're going to have a big seminar from April 29th to May 10th in Grenada. But we are embarking on a bigger program in terms of implementing health businesses that's going to help our people. Because we don't own CVS and we don't own GMC. We don't own the banks. We don't own nothing. So we have to learn as a people, to learn to live and own our own. Have our own thing. And people might say that's a racist comment. It's not racist. Because I believe in the human race. But I believe that we, as a people, have to own our own things. We tired depending on other people. So we have to start to build the Caribbean countries. Build our nation. With our stuff, with our story. And have our own things. Because you don't own Macy's. You don't own Sears. You don't own JCPenney. You don't own that. It's time for us to own our own things. So that is what we are implementing on with Brother Dr. Murray. We are talking to the Hebrew Israelite brothers. who are very conscious about what we're supposed to do as a people. We are talking to all kinds of people. We're talking to Brother Muhammad, brothers in the Muslim faith, in the Hebrew Israelite faith, with one agenda, to help our people to build things for ourselves, so we don't have to depend on nobody else. Dig it? Eh? All right, so let's look at the viruses now. Come over here. Number one. Viruses and how do they enter your host, your body? Viruses and how do they enter the host? All right? Now, when a virus enters your body, it comes into the nose. It could come through the blood, what they call sexual intercourse. It can come through, any part of the body that have a hole. But when the virus enters your host, into the mucous membranes, I want to use the word mucous membranes. Mucous membranes. It is met by an antibody called IgA. And the purpose of the IgA is to deactivate the invading virus. Doctors could know that either. That's the first guy that tried to deactivate your virus. The second guy that comes in is called your macrophages. And your macrophages are also cells that help to do what? To gobble up bacteria, and they are housed in your lymphatic system. And that's the reason why once you fight any virus, HIV, any one of them, you have to go to your lymphatic system, because it is part of the immune system. And there you house your macrophages. And the macrophages enter the war. I call it a war because now you're fighting a war with these viruses. So you have two options. Either the virus is going to overtake your cells because they're very small than a bacteria now. Either them guys will overtake your cells and duplicate themselves and bust open and cause you to have more troubles by doing what? By deactivating your immune system. So your macrophages enters the war. And when your macrophages enters the war, he does what? He produces some proteins, and one is called interleukin-1. And your interleukin-1, which is a protein, we call it immune interleukin or immune interferon. When the macrophages enters the war and produces these interleukin-1, these proteins, these proteins activate your T cells. And the T cells, because of some of the antibodies that they produces from the IgA, you seem to get a fever. And the purpose of your fever is to prevent the virus, the viral infection, or the bacteria from what? From harming your system. So a fever is not a bad thing. A fever is a protector. The body raises the temperature via the hypothalamus gland. And once the temperature raises, the body is telling the virus or the bacteria that they can't survive through heat. Let them know that too. Do the research. So once the virus enters, he is deactivated by IgA. It's an antibody. And the IgA, now the macrophages enters the war because now the virus is deactivated. And the macrophages produces interleukin-1. It's a protein, don't forget, it's a protein that calls other cells into the battle to fight the virus. And the interleukin-1 activates your T cells. You're trying to say the hand of God? God is great. Jehovah is the greatest. They activate the T cells. And your T cells start to do what? They start reproducing themselves. And there is a purpose for your T cells to reproduce themselves. Because your virus infection, your AIDS and your herpes, they start to reproduce too. So your T cells, common sense will tell you that your T cells have to reproduce at an alarming rate in order for the T cells to conquer these viruses. But they come in and tell you there's no cure. They're talking crap. Jehovah is the cure. Go to number 2. Number 2, macrophages enter the battle. It produces interleukin. Interleukin activates your T cells. Then your T cells start reproducing itself. And then guess what happens? Your T helper cells. You heard the word helper. Your T helper cells start making interleukin 2. Remember interleukin 1, interleukin 2, interleukin 4, interleukin 6, and interleukin 12. Your T helper cells makes interleukin 2. And the interleukin 2 stimulates what? New T cells. And the interleukin 2 stimulates what? Your B cells. By doing what? Secreting interleukin 4, which is another protein. And they say, "Hello, God, ain't no man could make body like that. Ain't no man could make a body like that. He make a robot. But the robot don't have no cells." You understand? So once the T cell over here start to reproduce, your T helper cell over here start to make interleukin 2. Interleukin 2 stimulates your new T cells, which stimulates your B cells. And your B cells starts secreting interleukin 4. And your B cells produces what? Antibodies. Look at antibodies here now. IgM, IgG. Your B cell produces IgM first. And after a couple of days, if the virus is stubborn, IgG comes in. And what the IgM and IgG does, they render the virus harmless. Let them do that. Because they're telling you, you can fix herpes. And you can fix HIV. That's what they're telling you all. The IgM and the IgG renders the virus harmless. It don't kill the virus, but it renders the virus harmless. Harmless. Let them do that. Now, once your IgM and your IgG render the virus harmless, the war that is created by your body, by your cells, to kill them viruses. Look what it produces. I want you to look at this. I want you to look at the word, the last words here. Look at what your body starts to produce. The body, while fighting the viruses, start producing anapylotoxins. You see the word? Toxins. Is that no God, man? They start to produce anapylotoxins. Why? Because the toxins will toxify the virus and kill them. And the body produces also chemotoxins. And that's the reason why when they give you chemotherapy, chemotherapy is a toxic drug. But your body also produces chemotoxins to kill the viruses and to kill cancer cells if they are at peak. And while your body is producing these chemotoxins, your body starts to release histamine from the mast cells. And what the histamine does from the mast cells, it causes you to have inflammation. Why inflammation? Because once you are fighting a virus, and your body starts to release chemotoxins, and the chemotoxins release help the muscles to produce histamines. The inflammation is a protector of your body from the invading virus. So inflammation starts. Once you start to get inflammation, all your cells start to run around the area now to keep the body inflamed until the virus is destroyed, and then the inflammation go away. So what I'm saying in essence is inflammation is not a bad thing if it is produced naturally by the body. Follow me now. Now once your chemotoxins, I want to use the word toxins again. Look at the words here. Toxins, toxins. Them cells can't survive in them toxins. In them toxins that the body produces. Once the histamine is released from the mast cells, and you get inflammation, and you have a fever, now the viral infection backs up because the body is so heated now you can't survive. So get what happens. Over here, come over here, right over here. Phagocytes. Them boys, you see them here? The phagocytes have to do what? They start to digest the antigens. They start to digest them. Give them up. If you have good immunity, you start to eat them up. That is the way Jehovah, God, Yahweh, whoever you call him, Allah, that's how he produced the body. That's why he said you were made to live forever. You're not supposed to get sick. But what we messed up. So the body became imperfect. But although there is imperfection, there is still a mechanism that God put in our system to protect us. So the phagocytes digest the antigens, they digest them, all them viruses. That gobble them up, brrr, eat them up, like you eat your foods, and your plate empty. Your belly full. Looking right here now. I want you to look at the word, the ending of the word. Toxic, cytotoxic cells. Your cytotoxic cells does what? Look at the word over here now. It does what? Come closer. It kills the infected cells that is full of the virus. It kills, murder, bombard them, bomb them, kill them off. Your cytotoxic cells murder, kill, annihilate. Use the word, anybody want to use there. Annihilate them. Kill the infected AIDS virus. Kill the infected CMV virus, cytomegalovirus. Kill the infected hepatitis B, C virus. Kill the infected HIV virus. Kill the infected Ebola virus. Kill the infected HTLV virus. Kill the infected HPV virus. And kill the infected herpes virus 1 and 2. If the body is at peak. In 2 days. I say you won't get sick now. You will get sick. But the sickness is from your inflammation and your fever that your body caused you to have while it is killing them viruses. So you're getting a good sick. Number 4, after your cytotoxic cells kill the infected cells that is infected, I want you to read over here now. Any virus cells that is released will be what? Will be killed by phagocytosis. Let the doctors know that too. Any virus that is released will be killed, murdered, annihilated by phagocytosis. So how they won't tell me that God don't live? How they won't tell me that God don't exist? How they won't tell me that there's no cure? How they won't tell me that? How they won't tell me these things? Because they put your system at risk by the food you eat to kill your immune system. So when a viral infection comes in, you can't fix it because you're weak. if a robber come into your house and you're weak, he gonna kill you eventually. If you're strong, you won't fight him, innit? Last, any virus that is released, or virus cells, we call it, that is released will be killed by phagocytosis. Number 7, once the virus is destroyed, once the virus is killed, measles, chicken pox, all of them, once they kill, your T suppressor cells, don't want to use the word suppressor now, your T suppressor cells does what? It deactivates. Oh my God, it's so great. He knows how to stop the battle. The T suppressor cells deactivate the cells that was in the battle killing the virus. Let them know that too. Your T suppressor cells deactivate the cells. Why? Why your cells have to be deactivated? Because if these cells, all of them, B cells, T cells, if they're not deactivated, they are so dangerous. They're like an army. They will keep on firing, and then they will kill you eventually. That's why when you get lupus, it kills you long term, because your immune system becomes your biggest enemy. That's why when you have multiple sclerosis, it kills you long term, because your immune system became your biggest enemy. That's why when you have saccharidosis, that's why when you have scleroderma, that's when you have RA, rheumatoid arthritis, and all these autoimmune diseases, your immune system kills you eventually. Because it is a war machine that God created and put into your system to fight against these viruses. So once the battle is finished, the war is done, and you win the war because you have good immunity, your T suppressor comes and deactivates the cell and says, listen, the battle is finished. You kill the HIV virus, you kill the herpes virus, you kill the cytomegalovirus, you kill the HTLV virus. Now it's time to deactivate yourselves. So he deactivates the cells. Let them know that. And then, once he deactivates the cells, your T memory cells, hear the word memory? Memory. Your T memory cells will memorize the virus so it can't come back. Because anytime he comes back, again, he is met by an army of the T cells, IgG, IgM, cytotoxic cells, B cells, and all the other cells. So he can't come back because he's memorized. And that's the reason why your doctor will tell you, once you get chicken pox one time, you cannot get it again. Why? Because your chicken pox is memorized by your T memory cells. So when he comes back, he is deactivated before he gets into your system. Wow. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Huh? Isn't that great? Ain't that great? But the sin is no God. The unbelievers. The unbeliever saying there's no God. The fool says in his heart there is no God. But he believes in the man who made the plane. He can't see the man who designed the plane. He can't see the man who designed the car. He can't see the man who designed his house. He never saw him before when he bought the house. But he believed that somebody built the house. But he don't believe that somebody built the heavens and the earth. The Creator did. Now, over here, there is lots of antiviral plants that God put on the earth for us to use. Them right here. There are lots of antiviral herbs that God put on the earth for us to use to kill viruses or to build the immune system so that your immune system can attack these viruses and kill them. Garlic. Some people say garlic was put in bullets and shoot people and people die from it, and don't use garlic because garlic does blah, 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 blah. Garlic will burn your mucosa if you eat it raw. Lightly steam it, and then it becomes an enemy. Who don't like garlic? Who garlic not good for? He's not good for parasites. He's not good for viruses. He's not good for bacteria. He's not good for cancer cells. He's not good for anything that will harm you. But he's good for you. And it's been used from centuries by the Egyptians, African people, the Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians. He's the one you have to start with to mash up any kind of virus. Onions. St. John's wort. This is a herb that people think is just for depression. Yeah, it's for mild to moderate depression, not severe depression now. This herb is good for the nerves. There's an oil in this herb called hyperacin oil that's good for when you have trouble in your back pain, lower back pain, slip disc. The oil of this herb is used for that. But this herb is also used for women when they have excessive amount of bleeding and they have a low HB, because the water turns red. But it is also antiviral. So we use it for viruses. And we use it for the nerves, especially for herpes virus. Hyssop. Go into the Bible. Not the King James Version now. Go into the Bible. Psalm 51. Cleanse me with hyssop so I can become clean. Hyssop is antiviral. Once you are living in a cold climate, you must involve hyssop in your diet. It's good for children too. Colds and flus. Any kind of virus, including herpes, AIDS, cytomegalovirus, Ebola virus, hepatitis B virus, human papilloma virus. Any kind of virus, because they're all antiviral. Elderflower. Especially if there is troubles in the respiratory system and the viral infection, which is maybe a cold, is affecting the respiratory system, we use the antiviral and antibacterial plant called elderflower, which have lots of vitamin C. Thyme. Antiviral. Anything in the lungs that's viral, thyme will get rid of that. Olive leaf, good for high blood pressure, but it's also antiviral. Isatis, one of the best herbs for viral infections. Isatis. You can mix them together. You can have them, all of them together. We have it in a formula called VX compound. And they build up the immune system at the same time. And I put in the mushrooms there. I put in shiitake, red ganoderma, maitake, cordyceps. I put them in there with all these herbs. And they are what? They are what we call amphoterics to the immune system. Mushrooms are. Not the bad ones, not the good ones. They are amphoterics to the immune system. Meaning that if you have an autoimmune disease and your immune system is overactive, these mushrooms will balance it back. If the immune system is suppressed, they balance it back. That's what we call amphoterics. So once you have a viral infection, you have to use antiviral plants together. And people want to know, oh, he's talking about the herbs, how to use the herbs. There were many videos that I made telling people how to use the plants. You all have to look and go back, pause, and read again. If the herb is in a raw form, meaning that it comes cut and sift, it comes in the barks, comes in the root. Roots and barks should be boiled. Flowers and the cut and sift should be steeped. So if they come in cut and sift, you should be taking mix all the herbs together in one bag. Don't forget. Don't ask me the same questions again. Mix all the herbs in one bag, shake it up, and you're going to take 1 teaspoon to a cup of hot water. You are going to cover it for 5 minutes if there are the leaves and the flowers, and you're going to strain and drink 3 to 4 cups per day once the cold is on you. Don't forget, if you're over 50 pounds, it's 1 teaspoon. If you're under 50 pounds, it's a half a teaspoon. Don't forget that now. So these are all antiviral plants. Mushrooms is significant in increasing or normalizing the immune reservoir. So when you have myasthenia gravis, you must use mushrooms. When you have lupus, you must use mushrooms. Once you have RA, you must use mushrooms. Once you have multiple sclerosis, you must use mushrooms. Any autoimmune disease that you have, you must use the mushrooms. Because they do not suppress your immune system as the steroids do, but they balance it back. And that's what you need. You need to balance back your immune system because your immune system is damaging your organs because you made it become overzealous from an acid diet, which cause your cells on a cellular level to become acidic and cause your immune system to become overactive and destroy you. So let's go back to over here now. Here, this one right over here. Him. If he don't deactivate your cells, these same cells that just kill the virus will damage your organs, your kidney, your heart, your lung, your liver. Because when they start to shoot them bullets, they don't care who's there. They keep on shooting until they kill the virus. But they must be activated. It's just like a war. Once the ground troops in Iraq or Afghanistan or any part of the world is being bombarded, who do they call for? They call for the Air Force. That's what they call for. It's the same principle in the body. Once the body finds a virus is trying to invade the body, what he calls for all the other guys to come in to help him. And that's where all the B cells come in now. And it's cytotoxic cells. Go back to over here now. Last one. Now, supplements are also important when you're killing viruses. Vitamin C, 20,000 milligrams per day, buffer. Vitamin C, 20,000 milligrams per day, buffer. Selenium, 300 micrograms per day, because it helps to reactivate glutathione, which is the most abundant antioxidant in your body, which is made by your liver. Let them know that. L-lysine, 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams per day, especially for herpes. And amino acids, all the amino acids, they fight viruses. Oxygen therapy in your arm. Oxygen therapy kills the virus. But the same AZT and all the cocktail drugs they're giving you, what they do? They mimic what your immune system does. That's what they do. But it's a money-making business by the pharmaceuticals. So they tell you, you know what? God didn't know what the hell he was doing. So you know what? Let's give you some cocktail drugs, AZT, and all these drugs they give you eventually. But the same drugs they give you, they study what the Most High did and duplicate what he did. We don't need no duplication. We need facts. That's what they do. Ready to go. Now, I'm always telling people that once you have cancer, autoimmune diseases, viruses, you got to use Holy Immune. And the beautiful thing about Holy Immune, it helps to detoxify your liver. So you must go to the bathroom every day. You have 2 to 3 bowel movements every day because you are detoxifying your cells. Yeah? We use it all the time. Chlorophyll for inside there. Because if you have a viral infection and your body is not clean, and you're eating bread, and you're eating cheese, and you're eating pork, and fried foods, and barbecue foods, and you tell yourself, I want to fix my virus, you can't fix it. So you will always be a believer in what they tell you. So they tell you a lie 1,000,000 times. And then Dr. Sebi and others, like him, come and say to you the truth one time. and you've been taught that lie for so long that you believe the lie, then you call us crazy. When we talk about God, ain't no God. Why God? Why God? Why is God letting all these bad things happen on the earth? He ain't letting nothing happen on the earth. Man is making these things, causing these things to happen, not God. He gave you a life to live and to live and how to eat. You be straight. So he's not a forcer of people. So don't blame him. Blame the opposite. You teach your children to follow certain principles, and when they get older, they either follow that principle that you taught them when they were young to follow, or they go another route. When they go another route, that's a choice they have. We have choices to make. He gave us choices, and we made the wrong choice. So we are suffering from dealing with the consequences now. So don't blame him, right? Because he is still good. Over here. Anytime you want to fix a virus, don't forget, Patrick Dells told you that. Anytime you want to fix a virus, you got to go here. Must. 80% of your cells is inside here, trying to protect you. 80% of them. They're flowing in the sewage system. 80% of your cells is in your sewage system, trying to guard you from danger. So once you have any kind of virus, herpes, cytomegalo, hepatitis, you got to clean them up. And then you got to go to the stomach. And then you have to go to your liver. You have to go to your liver. You have to go to the blood. And then, on a cellular level, you have to keep the cells healthy. You have to keep the brain barrier well. That's the way you kill or prevent viruses or kill them off, before they overtake your cells. Follow me. This is it right there. Keep this clean. And that's the reason why I tell people every day, you must fast for 3 to 7 days. Every 2 to 3 months. To keep these viruses away. Because polio is caused from inside here. Polio starts right here. And that's the reason why I teach you to keep these organs healthy. So that when a virus comes in, they can't survive. And eat the foods that will help you to stay well. So when they come in here, and here is clean, and the blood is clean, they can never survive. So, always take time out to clean your system up. Because the world ain't getting no better, and the people are getting more sick. And that is a fact. Especially our people on the African continent and in the Caribbean. We are getting more sick. And don't wait till a sickness comes on you to try to get help. Prevent it by taking time out every 3 months. I do it every 6 weeks. And clean your system up. Clean up your organs. Clean the blood. Eat the wrong foods sparingly. Eat them sparingly once in a while. But make sure that you go and use the foods here over here that God gave us in the beginning. Make sure you have them as the majority in your diet. You have them regularly. Use them. Don't throw them away when you peel them. Use them because they have antiviral and anti-tumor activity in these skins. Use them. They will prevent you from getting viruses. That's what he gave us, water, in the beginning. Implement them. Make them become 80% of your diet. Vegetables and fruits, 20% of your diet. Make them become a living food, because of live food, electric food, to electrify your cells, because the brain functions on electricity. The body functions that way. So, I hope you learned today about viruses. Push the love button. All right. Now, I'm in New York on Friday morning. And we have a lot of people coming in on Friday at Ambrosia. So don't forget, you call Ambrosia, you can make an appointment because I'm only there for 1 week. You know what I mean? Because we're doing some stuff in the Caribbean. We're trying to increase what we call medical tourism in the Caribbean. So we're having our retreats. People could come in, learn how to use the foods, go back and teach somebody else, because each one teach one. And we are trying to do our things on a level so our people could have our own, instead of fighting among ourselves in the Caribbean. And we could say, we own this. We don't own Macy's. We don't own CVS. We don't own GMC. We don't own no banks. It's time for us to come together, the people, and learn to love each other. You can love other people too, but love yourself first. And then we could build something. And we could have a good center in the Caribbean, in Grenada, where people could get what we call good medical health. That's what I'm promoting. That's my agenda. That's my goal. And after that, I will fly away home. And I would like to see that our people come together and live in love and have something for ourselves. I might not see it, but I hope my children will see it. Because it's time, after 400 years, after 400 years of being beaten and been through what we've been through, no one could understand what we've been through. We have to keep the faith. And if any other person or people been through what we've been through, African people been through, they will never want to go through that. It's now for us to rise and help ourselves and build our own, brothers and sisters. Blessed love, and don't forget I'm in New York on Friday. I'm in Canada on the 27th of January. The big seminar there in Toronto. It's on my page. You can look at the address and you could get a call for a ticket. I'll be there from the 27th of January to the 30th of January, only for 3 days. And I'm back. I don't like the cold. But I'm in New York on Friday, Saturday, I'm there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm back again, back in Grenada on Thursday. So, again, I hope you learn about viruses, and I hope that you could take heed and try to change your diet and stay well, because we are losing our women to fibroids. We are losing our women to uterine cancer, ovarian cancer. We are losing our women to cervical cancer. We are losing our men, black men, brothers, young, 45, 50, to prostate cancer. And we are losing a lot of our women to breast cancer. Because the foods they are putting in our neighborhood is not the right foods. So try to eat the foods as clean as you can and stay well. And always give Jehovah God the glory. And we have, lastly, there's lots of people messaging me. There's thousands of them. And I don't want you to feel I don't want to answer you, but there's so many people in Messenger, and I run a clinic in the morning from 10 to 5. And I have a family. So it's tough for me to answer all these questions at one time. There's lots of them, over 5,000. See? So I try my best to answer as much as I can. But now we have our administrator looking at the video here now live, our brother Robert Grappy, and another sister, Kaisha. And then they want to take all your questions that you're going to ask, and then we could try to get the answer to your questions as fast as we can. Okay? And that's the reason why we're going to do the live videos. So we do the live videos. You're in classes, you could always ask the question, and they will pick it up and send it to me, and then we could always give you an answer. Okay? Blessed love, and push that love button. Push the love button. Give thanks and praise to the Most High Jehovah. Peace. Blessed. Right.